recording. Hey guys, you're listening to M.C.R.O. Radio with Richard.
And Melissa. I don't know why you talk like that.
Well, that's how I do my intros.
Ugh. Such a weirdo. But hey guys. We're on to episode number 10. Episode X.
It's a perfect 10.
Yes.
That's the name
10! 10! 10!
That's the name. That
Yeah,
could be the name of our
yeah, that's what we're naming it. The Perfect 10.
Perfect 10.
Thank you, Ty Dillinger, for the name.
Sean Spears.
AKA, yeah, Sean Spears. Your new, your indie name.
Yeah.
So, as you know, we're Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
And Canadians are all about Tim Hortons. We all know this. The whole world knows this. And obviously we've expanded to other countries. But
They've got them as far as like Japan now?
I think so. Or China. I think to China.
Yeah.
Okay, but why is it that they haven't mastered the whole letting your donuts
Like the
cool
chocolate
down before you put them out on display?
Well, it's not so much of letting the donut cool down. It's they haven't let the chocolate given enough time for the chocolate to settle and rest.
Yeah, well, it has to cool down.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless. So, you know when you get that chocolate dipped donut, or you get a Boston cream and they stick it in that bag, and all your chocolate's at the inside the fucking bag.
Or no, then the worst is say you get a Boston cream and you take a bite
And there's no
and
filling.
there's no filling. And it's that's the best part of, you get a jelly filled donut or like a Boston cream where it's all that nice custard. And I remember growing up and getting a Boston cream and you take a bite and it was literally falling out of the donut.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was
so good. I'll be honest.
It was like an edge of donut, but most of the interior was filling.
And you're like...
You're like, oh my god, it's so good.
So, Tim Hortons, why can't you just let your chocolate dry? Let your donuts cool down before you put it out on display for sale.
Yeah.
Because if I want a chocolate dip donut, I want a chocolate dip. I don't want a chocolate in the bag and I'm stuck with the plain fucking donut.
Yeah.
Okay, but shout out, though, to the girl at our Tim Hortons near my house. The girl on night shift. You make a great cup of coffee.
You know what? It never fails. Every time I go there. So when we record these...
She's consistent.
Yeah, when we record these generally is on a Monday night. And so I'll pick up a coffee on my way to your house where we record.
Mm-hmm.
And 9 times out of 10, it's her that makes my coffee. And where
It's
I'm
splendid.
I'm you got to taste this.
Yeah. He only does that if it's good. I know it's not good if he doesn't say.
Yeah.
If he doesn't offer me a sip.
Yeah. I'm you want a sip of this coffee.
Yeah. No, actually, he does that. But,
I was telling you earlier, depending on where I go, which location I go to,
mm-hmm.
The one in close to my work.
Yeah. I don't like that one. That one is awful. I've only been there. I can count on my one hand.
Yeah.
The service was shit. The place is dirty.
Yeah.
And it's not busy. And they're miserable. And they make shitty coffee. Every time I've been there, I've had a shit experience.
Yeah.
To the point where I'm just nah, fuck it. I'm not going there.
I take advantage of that Tim Hortons app where you can prepay.
Yeah, okay, but...
And, not have to wait in line. Which is, a godsend if you're, a coffee fiend like me and you don't want to wait in line, you know what location you're going to. You just punch in your order, boom, you pay for it, and you bypass that entire line because that's the next order to make in the queue.
Do you remember when we were in Niagara Falls?
Oh, and the salty lady at the casino?
Yeah, we were downstairs at the casino, and she's like, excuse me, the line's here.
Hold on. So we were walking up, and there must have been 15, 20 people in line.
Yeah, the lineup was huge.
And you looked at me, and you're like, yo, we're going to be in this line all day. Do you really need coffee? And I pulled up the app, and you're like, no, that's not going to be on there. I go, well, wouldn't hurt to check. Sure enough, it showed up. I'm like, sweet.
Right.
So I punch in the order as we're walking back. because we were outside. We were walking back in, so I'm punching in my order. Place it, and this salty, grumpiest, mean old lady looks at me and says, "The line is over there." And I looked at her. I go, no, it's okay. I've already placed the order.
I remember this.
And she looks at me.
And then I even said to her, I'm like, yes, I can see the lines over there.
Yeah. No, I said to her, I go, I've already placed the order. You weren't in line. I didn't see you. I go, no. It's okay. I've already paid for my order. I've already put it in. She goes, well, how did you do that? I go, they have a mobile app that you can use to purchase your coffee and basically bypass the line. And she looked at me. She goes, well, that's not fair for everyone else who's waiting in line. I'm like, well, maybe if those people had the same app, they wouldn't have to deal with this.
Exactly.
And so, but the best part of everything,
you got your coffee before well before that lady.
And so they hand the coffee, they put it up on the counter, and large 2 milk, 2 sweetener. She's like, I didn't order that. And I looked at it, couldn't help but laugh. I go, nope, that's my order. She's like, how did you get your order before mine? You weren't in line. I'm like, no, have a nice day. Bye.
Yeah, I remember that. I kept giving this lady dirty looks because she was so rude.
Was that the time we got coffee and cut water?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just coffee and water. I was like, I didn't want anything. And you're like, nah, I'm getting you a water.
Yeah, because you have a bad habit of, like, not drinking water.
Not drinking anything.
Yeah, not drinking anything. And I'm like, no, I'm getting you a water. You need something to drink.
Yeah, I know. I've gotten a lot better, though. Since my kidney stone, I've been, like, trying to get a lot better.
Yeah. And, I mean, we've talked about this on other podcasts. But, shout out to the girl that was also working at the Tim Hortons in Niagara.
Yes, on Clifton Hill, girl.
The one that looks like
olive oil.
Yeah.
I know it's mean to say that she looks like olive oil, but she reminds me of olive oil.
She looks like her, but like a tattooed version.
And prettier, prettier version.
So if you see her and she's working there...
She's making you a good motherfucking cup of coffee.
I had like 3 that same day.
Yeah.
And each one was just as good as the other.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing.
The consistency, when you get somebody who's consistent and is good at their job, like
anything,
you got somebody who you're gonna get a good quality anything. Doesn't matter where you're working, as long as they like their job, they're good at their job.
Yeah.
You're gonna get good quality something, and you know it.
Like anything in general that's like made with love. I find tastes a lot better.
Definitely.
Like anything that's
100%.
made with care.
100%. 100%.
And it's like
that's why moms, when they cook things, it's so good.
Yeah. Or it's like when I throw sauce together, like when we have pasta.
Oh, it's so good.
It's coming straight
with the
out.
Sausage.
Yeah, when I cook the sausage in the sauce. Yeah.
Like I can't. That's why my mom's cooking is so good, because it's just made out of love.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because if I make a sandwich, it's not as good as if she were to make it for me.
No.
But maybe that's because it's always better when someone else makes it.
Mm-hmm.
But still, like my mom makes bomb ass food. How was those stuffed peppers?
Oh, they were amazing. They were so good.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
When you see her tomorrow, definitely be like, hey, Mama D, those were good.
Those were good. And then they're going to be pea meal tomorrow, too.
Mm-hmm. Pea meal. Pea meal bacon.
Oh, the bacon. I'm, like, thinking about that now. I thought I had it in my head that...
You're, like, drooling.
Yeah.
Actually, I can see, like, a little bit of drool.
Like Homer Simpson. Oh.
That's so funny. That is so funny. Homer
But, like, what's up with face tattoos?
Yo, I don't even know. Did you see any today? I did.
It's weird. It's like you see it so much in music. And what I've noticed now, like as I'm trying to get a little bit more active with Instagram, is...
I know, you're doing a really good job lately.
I had like...
You actually... Okay, the last episode... We were saying Richard can't hashtag. Richard can hashtag. No, this was 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Richard can hashtag now.
Yeah.
Like, actually, one of his posts that he put up
Was like one of our best trending posts.
yes, of the week.
Was it week or ever?
No, the week.
Yeah.
The week. But it's up there with ever,
Yeah.
too. Yeah. That's really good.
But it's like
High five, babe.
I get like as I try to see and find stuff on Instagram, it's weird because it's like you see Insta models, and it's like that's the thing now. It's like they've got weird tattoos on like the edge of their scalp to their face and under their eyes, and you're just like, ew, like that looks fucking trash.
Yo, I seen this old lady today, and she had like tattoos like beside her eyes, like on her face, and she's old, so I'm like, okay, whatever, like rock out.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like trash.
Yeah.
Like it looks like a detention desk. Like
Yeah.
like it looks like my doodle pad from when I was like
Mm-hmm.
fucking 10 years old.
But like maybe that's just a trending thing where, you know,
But
talk about like 25 years ago, like tattoos in general were kind of like taboo.
Oh yeah, like it's not the art that it is today.
No,
It wasn't the art then like it is today is
No.
what I mean. Like
and
now
like,
it's incredible.
Yeah.
Like some of the things that you can do with a needle,
Yeah.
with a needle and a gun,
yeah,
it's amazing. Like how far it's come compared to like even like 10 years ago.
mhm. Well, it was funny, and I think I might have mentioned this on another podcast as well. I had a former employer, and in the interview process, like I don't hide my tattoos.
Hmm.
Especially when I'm in a job interview, like I want to make it apparent that they're there. So I don't know if I had the one done on my forearm. I might have. No, I did. I did have it at that point.
Well, because that would be the only one that you'd be able to show because the other ones are on your upper arms, and I don't
Yeah.
see you wearing a muscle shirt to
No.
an interview.
No. And the gentleman interviewing me basically said, you know, the company kind of frowns upon visible tattoos because in the past there's been elderly customers that come in and complain when they see them. They think it's an eyesore and it's unprofessional. And the guy looked at me and he goes, but I'll be honest with you, if you see the people who work at head office, they've got full sleeves.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So-
because they're not on the front line. The
Yeah.
front line, when you're on the front line, is different from as opposed to when you're behind the scenes.
Yeah. So it's like they can't really be hypocrites where they say, hey, you can't have that in the store, but at head office it's okay. So he told me like that's an old rule that we're very quickly getting rid of because it's like tattoos, if you can't really discriminate against them. Because
Not anymore. No, I don't think you can because that'd be the same as like discriminating against how somebody looks.
Yeah. Well, it's like you don't know the meaning behind my tattoos, so you can't really tell me, oh, that's offensive to me. And I would tell someone, I would go, well, if my tattoos are offensive to you, explain to me why. Like, do you know the symbolism behind it? Do you know the meanings behind it?
I remember the one when I worked for a company. I only have one tattoo, and it's on my ankle, and we were able to wear... The rule was you can't have tattoos showing. But mine was on my ankle. Mine's on my ankle, the only one I have.
Yeah.
And I had just gotten it that same year, and I was wearing capris because we're allowed to wear capris.
Mm-hmm.
So, my manager comes to me, she goes, you can't have that tattoo. I'm like, excuse me? I'm like, what do you want me to do? Like, fucking rub it off?
Yeah.
I'm like, it doesn't work like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, it's hot in the store. Turn the air conditioning on and I'll wear pants.
Yeah.
And then she's like, no. And I'm like, okay, so what are you going to do? You going to send me home? You going to fire me? What are you doing? What are you going to do?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Who are you going to call at 8 o'clock in the morning out of bed to come to work?
Yeah.
And then she's like, okay, fine. I'm like, exactly. But yeah, the fact that, like, now it's like, okay, like, but, like body tattoos I can see are okay.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a face tattoo. Like,
Yeah.
tattoos on your face.
I don't know, like
So many young people are getting them.
and it's like those type of people that get them now, and I don't want to be the one to make
It
judgments.
looks like a jail tattoo.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like you were in
It's-
jail and that's the only thing you had to do.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, those. If I'm in the hiring process right now, and someone comes in and they've got face tattoos, I'm basically looking at them and it's, hey.
To me, that's the equivalent of wearing track pants to.
Yeah, it's I'm unemployable, and possibly and or unprofessional. Like you don't care about your physical appearance, and it's one thing where like maybe you're in an industry where that's acceptable.
Yeah, like if you own your own business, or say you are a tattoo artist, or you're in music. Yeah. So like then that's whatever. But
like when you're in, I want to say
when you're an average Joe, I don't see that being quite acceptable.
And you have to kind of be in the public eye.
Yeah. Would you get one?
No, I wouldn't. I'll be honest. I don't want a tattoo gun near my face. No.
I a neck tattoo.
No, I'll be honest. If I had a tattoo done on my face, I'd probably have a meltdown in the chair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly.
Doesn't it hurt?
Oh, it probably. They say one of the worst places to get them done is anywhere around your scalp and on your face as well, because the skin is so thin.
Ew, could you imagine getting one like on your scalp? Like, could you imagine shaving part of your head, like your head, so that you can do that?
I couldn't do it. Supposedly, like you literally can hear it in your head.
Ew, really? Yeah. Ew. And I watch Ink Master. Like, that's one of my favorite shows, and you never hear anybody really complain.
Yeah.
Oh my god, excuse me. Excuse me, I just stuffed pepper burp. It was really good coming back up. But yeah, no, I really hope that this trend ends very soon. Very, very soon. Because young people are ruining their faces. Like, what are you going to do when you don't like it no more?
Well, it's like they see musicians, and I don't want to call them musicians.
They are, but they're not great. I don't know how they're on the radio and
I don't know. That's why
in the public eye.
I'll be honest. That's why I don't listen to the radio.
Nah, I stopped too.
No, and I've told you. There used to be a wrestling channel that I used to follow on YouTube, and they used to cover, their channel used to be amazing.
Is this the one that you said that they went and talked about the Kardashians after?
Yeah.
Okay, like what does that have to do with what we're talking about right now?
I don't know, just famous people for the sake of being famous.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, really hope this trend ends.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah. Like there's no like reasoning behind why these people are famous. And like with these like really shitty face tattoos and fucking weird hair.
That one that looks like a fucking My Little Pony.
Yeah,
I don't know his name.
Fuck? Is that Tekashi?
I don't know their names.
I don't know.
I have no idea what their names are. I don't even know what they sing.
I don't know.
Or is that the one that died or whatever?
No.
Or is that the one that's in jail?
That's the one that's in jail for...
And he has like 69 on his face?
Yeah. Good for sleeping around with minors.
Ew.
Yeah, and then
Lil Wayne had tattoos on his face, so he still does. I don't know why.
But then there's guys like 50 who had all of his tattoos removed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he wasn't about that life anymore.
Oh, wow.
And it was...
I heard that laser shit hurts.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, like, it improved his self-image in his mind. And you know what? Hey, if you want to better yourself in your own mind, by all means, go for it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Like, if it makes you...
Most definitely.
If it makes you more professional or more appealing, maybe you keep it a couple. But you can see where he's had work done on his arms.
Yeah.
Because he used to have full sleeves. And if you go back and look at him now, he doesn't have anything.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's good for him. He's cleaned up. Yo, speaking of cleaned up, so, I don't know if you guys get high like us. Well, everybody gets high, but do you guys watch Kitchen Nightmares? Like, when the kitchen's fucking dirty and you got Gordon Ramsay fucking snapping, or even, what's that other show, Bar Rescue, where John Taffer just goes off. I think those are fucking hilarious, those shows.
We watch, like, the weirdest things when we're baked. We'll find something on Prime or on Netflix where we're like... Hey.
Amazon Prime. That's Amazon Prime TV, not just Prime. Like... No, like, or we'll just, like, go on YouTube or something and find something, or the Android box.
Yeah. But but we find like the weirdest things, or like something about nature, or
And we're like staring at the TV.
Zach Morris's trash. Remember that day?
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so we were just like sitting there chilling. We were so fucked off the Snoop Dogg weed.
Yeah.
It was a Snoop Dogg weed. We were so fucked. So we're laying in bed, but Richard's like laying properly, and I'm like laying across at the foot of the bed. And I like looked over, and I'm just like,
"Oh, you're still here?"
I'm like, "You're here." And then you looked at me, you're like, "Yeah." And then looked back at the TV.
Like, where am I going? I'm not going anywhere. And then you went to go like lie down beside me, and I'm like, no, don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Like a mental breakdown.
I don't like to be touched when I'm in that state. No, don't touch me.
Okay, but like, you know what's so funny though is like, you know when Gordon Ramsay gets mad and he goes, "This is vile. You'll kill somebody.
What are you fucking stupid?
You fucking idiot.
What are you? I'm an idiot sandwich. You're a fucking idiot sandwich.
Fuck off.
Where's the lamb sauce?
This is moldy."
Raw.
I can't, like, honest to God, like, when I watch that show, what was the one where there was a restaurant in America where he walked in and there was a mouse in the fucking vestibule, like, right at the door, and they're like, "You planted that there," and he's like, "Yeah, because I carry mice around," like...
The tomato's rotten!
Well, that one you remember, it was from Dylan's restaurant in New York, where there was, like, a tomato rose, and he's like, "This is rotten!" I don't know if it's like the way he talks or like what, like honestly, like he's just so funny. Like I can't sometimes where I'm just like, I'm sitting there and I'll be like, even if we're not together and I'm sitting there watching the show and I'm like on the phone with Richard, I'll just like mock him and just bust out laughing.
I like when he catches the one cook in one of the episodes and he drops a wing on the floor.
No, he dropped that chicken breast on the floor and then picks it up and put it back in the put it in the pan, and he goes, "That was on the floor."
He's like, "No,
don't. Oh no, this is the different one where he dropped the wing on the floor and then put it in the fryer.
Yeah,
back in the fryer.
Back in the fryer.
And said that it was sanitized.
Yeah, the fryer
was like,
was
and who
sanitized.
the fuck told you that? Like, fucking idiot. Like, that's not how that shit works.
See, I always like when someone cooks him a dish and he gets surprised, where he's like, "Oh my god, this is actually really good."
Oh, you remember the one episode where he had like the shittiest like meal, and then it got to the dessert, and it was carrot cake.
Yeah,
it was carrot cake, and the lady, she walked in and it's like, "Oh, he's trying your dessert," and she goes, "Oy vey, oy vey," and then she comes out and she's like in love with Gordon Ramsay,
and he's in love with her cake.
Yeah.
Well, there's a few times where, again, this is stuff that's made with love. Where it was her carrot cake. There was another one where it was a red velvet cake.
Oh, the black lady's mom.
Yeah.
The older black lady at that restaurant. And she watched the whole time him eat her cake, and she was like, "Yeah, that's my cake. That's my cake."
One of my favorite ones where it's an owner that has full control over the menu and it's so shit. And then it gets to the dessert and he makes him bread pudding. And he even says, he goes, "Oh, it doesn't look fantastic." And he tries it and he goes, "But it tastes amazing." And it's you always see that other side of him, which is ironic because then if you watch MasterChef with the ones with kids,
oh my god, he's such a gentle person.
Yeah,
but I think what it is with him, you're in the profession, you should know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So of course it's gonna piss you off because if you like look at footage from his kitchens, they're immaculate. Like you can eat off the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think these people even wear clean shoes.
Yeah.
Like I think they have indoor shoes and outdoor shoes.
Oh, more than likely. But like there's the one episode with Amy's Baking Company.
I think that ended the show, eh?
Yeah. Well,
I'm pretty sure that's the whole reason why that show ended. Yeah. And it pissed me off that I hated that lady so hard. She was fucked in her head.
Well,
same with her husband.
Gordon said that her desserts were incredible. Like, they were some of the best that he's ever had.
But her food was shit.
Yeah. And she was off her fucking rocker. Big time.
Yo, she was nuts. She's like, Yelpers are saying bad things. People are saying the internet is saying bad things, and it's like, yo, you're psychotic.
The bullies are getting her.
Yeah, like she was like psychotic. Yeah, I think that's what ended the show. And then what else was there? Hotel Hell. You remember Hotel Hell?
Mm-hmm.
The first episode where the guy and his partner owned the hotel, and they lived in the RV, and they were like antique hoarders.
Yeah, and then they pull out everything, and they're like,
it's worthless.
It's worthless. They're like, oh, we paid a lot of money for it.
It's like, okay, and maybe you should check your shit first.
And not even that, like fucking pay your staff. Like, could you imagine that? Like,
not getting paid, like going to work and not getting paid. Like, I'm pretty sure I'd be like, okay, like I'm calling the cops because you're not paying me.
I'd take them to
I'm gonna fucking quit.
Fuck that. I'd have their I'd have their ass in court in a heartbeat.
Yeah, but then you gotta pay the lawyer fee, and then you don't get shit.
I've got lawyers in my family.
Okay, but I don't.
I will take care of them.
Yeah? Okay, what if you didn't have those lawyers like other people do? Like, not everybody has a lawyer in their family.
Yeah.
No, Don't fart. Ew, you farted! I went through the couch, like I felt that.
I think you might even be able to hear that.
Ew. Farty McFarterson. Stuffed pepper fart.
Yeah. I had that really good focaccia earlier.
Focaccia.
Yeah.
Remember what I used to call it? Focaccia.
I
was like, I'm like, what's focaccia? And you're just like, what?
It kind of
focaccia.
It kind of looks like pizza, but it says focaccia.
And you're like, focaccia.
It's a focaccia. And you're like, what? I go, it's like an Italian kind of pizza bread, but not really pizza. It's like...
It's sauce.
Yeah, it's sauce.
And a bread.
Yeah.
And it's soft.
Yeah.
I've had better ones at Loblaws, though. Well, remember when we went to Pride?
Yeah. Oh, that one was really good.
Yeah.
With, like, the...
Yo, you remember when we were at Pride? Remember when we got all that food, and then those guys came up, and they were, like, trying to ask for money, and we're just like, can we just sit and eat?
Yeah. Remember when we were downtown and I cussed off the one homeless lady the one day?
Yeah. Where she's asking somebody for money and they said no, and then she started cussing, and you're just like, don't you come up here and talk to me like that, and then don't you come up here and ask me for money after you talk to that guy like a shit because he couldn't give you money.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck off, bitch. And then she's like, well, you fuck off, and you're like, go smoke out of your pipe again.
No, I told her, I called her a fucking degenerate, told her to stick another needle in her arm.
Oh, yeah, that too. And I was just like, I was wide-eyed.
Yeah.
Was that the day we took a lift?
I can't even remember.
I think it is. I think that's the day we took Lyft together.
Yeah, maybe.
It was the first time I've ever been in a Lyft. I didn't really like it. I was like cheating on Uber. Like, I felt so dirty.
Like, I think I've used Lyft, like, I can count on one hand. But it's generally because the
Uber's unavailable.
Well, it's not even that. It's like the Uber surge pricing is way too much.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go in and check Lyft.
I'll be honest though, Lyft is not much cheaper. Like Lyft, it's not.
No,
cheap.
Lyft is more expensive than Uber.
And why?
Well, I'm hoping it's because they're trying to pay their drivers more.
True.
Because if that's the case, I would switch over.
They don't make much, Because you can see, I get some Uber drivers that come in, and you can see how much they've made, and you're just like $20.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Well, now the market's also getting so oversaturated with Uber drivers. Like, I know
people who make a shit ton of money on Uber. What the fuck did you do?
Nothing.
Yeah, you did. You moved.
I didn't move.
Yes, you did. I watched you. You knocked everything over.
That was a nice loud noise.
Yeah, thanks. Sorry, guys. That was.
But yeah, one of my coworkers, he actually drives with Uber.
Yeah, same with me. And mine makes a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, he used to, and especially with Uber Eats, like he said, if you went to downtown Toronto and worked a couple hours, you actually made more money doing Uber Eats than picking people up and dropping people off.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you knew where to sit. So, like, surge pricing would kick in, but then you'd get it for food. But it's like, imagine going like literally 4 blocks and dropping it off, and it would be like almost $20 because it'd be like a 3 or 4 times surge pricing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like your shirt you're wearing.
My AEW t-shirt.
Your Cody Rhodes shirt. American Nightmare.
Mm-hmm. That's coming up too. Well, that podcast. Well, are we releasing that one before this one?
I don't know.
Well, technically, I think we have to release this one next.
Yeah.
Because
we'll do that.
this would be the perfect 10 episode.
Yes.
So then we can say, coming up, we will be talking
Next
about...
episode, we will be talking about AEW.
Double or Nothing from the MGM Grand.
Why do you say it like that?
Because I do. It's my movie guy voice.
Oh my god. Don't announce movies.
Don't announce movies.
I'm gonna pinch you.
Why? What's your obsession with, like,
pinch you?
pinching and grabbing at me?
I don't know. Like, you're so, like...
Chunky?
No. Oh, we have donuts, by the way.
I
Speaking
know.
of fucking donuts.
Oh, our girl hooked us up.
Yeah, yo. We got some donuts.
Thank you. I don't know.
I can't. Like, you should have seen your face. Like, you look like a fish just now.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look like a fish right now. Fishy, fishy, fishy. So, like, we were watching Storage Wars. How do auctioneers talk? Like,
There's a great video that I love that someone's taken a video, or it's a compilation of different auctioneers.
Oh, yeah.
And they've remixed it with, like, hip-hop music.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I wish I could... We gotta figure this out where we can, like, hook up a phone to our board where we can, like, play some of the stuff. And I'll play it for you, like, kind of off camera so you can see it, or, well, off microphone.
No, but it's like, how do they talk? Like, they're talking, like, I can talk fast, but
Yeah.
I can't talk that fast where they're like, let's start this at 100, and off of 150, ding, 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 how about ding, 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 ding. Like, I can't do it.
Well, like,
isn't there like a course where you can learn how to do that or something?
I mean, quite possibly, but I know the guy in Storage Wars, he talks about how he got started as an auctioneer, and I think it was like reading stuff off of license plates, and it was certain words that he would say and repeat them and get faster and faster and faster.
Oh, yeah. And his wife's good at it, too.
Yeah.
I kind of miss that show.
It's a weird skill to have. Like, there's some people that have, like, really weird talents and able to do, like, weird, quirky things.
Yeah, but don't they get paid a lot of money?
No, they don't. That's the thing. That's the whole position as an auctioneer, is you're trying to make as much money as you can. So the more that you can engage a crowd, that is how they make their money.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So when these guys
That's
show
why
up,
they have the cool fucking voices, because,
Yeah.
like, that makes you want to put your hand up.
Yeah.
It makes me want to go, yeah. Hey.
yeah.
Hey. No, you can't say that. I think he copyrighted that.
I did it.
No, he probably did. Well, yeah. So, ready to end off this episode with
Something Canadian?
Yeah, what do you want to say that's Canadian?
Montreal smoked meat.
Schwartz's.
It's so good.
If you're ever in Montreal, if you're not from there, you've never been to Montreal, go to Montreal and try Schwartz's. So you have to get the smoked meat sandwich, you have to get a pickle, and you have to get the cherry cola.
Yeah. It's
the
on...
Cots cherry cola.
It's on Saint Laurent. It's a couple blocks north from Sherbrooke on the east side. There's always a line, always.
So be prepared to stand in line, but go to the takeout line because you can just go outside. If it's nice outside, you can just go outside and eat in the street.
And then you can get ice cream across the street after.
Yeah. Which we didn't.
I know.
I was so mad because I was like, "Oh, let's get ice cream." We always say, "Let's get ice cream," but we never get ice cream.
It's like watching the fireworks in Niagara.
Never happens.
Never happens. Every time something happens.
I know. Alrighty, guys. Well, that's it for our podcast, The Perfect 10.
This is The Perfect 10.
Thanks for listening. This is M.C.R.O Radio, and we're signing off.
Signing off. Fucking right, bud.
Bye.